In today's video, we're going to explore the most widely used Kali Linux hacking tools on GitHub, why they're used, where they're used, and how to run each one in practical scenarios. The tools you'll learn include Recon, network scanning, web scanning, vulnerability scanning, exploitation, Active Directory attacks, privilege escalation, MITM, sniffing and spoofing, web security and proxy tools. After watching this video, you'll be able to practice everything hands-on inside your own small hacking lab. This video is strictly for educational and ethical hacking purposes. All demonstrations are done inside a safe lab environment. Recon and information gathering. One of the most commonly used tools is theHarvester. Using this tool, you can collect emails, names, domains, subdomains, IP addresses, and many other types of information. For passive OSINT, theHarvester helps you check whether a company has any information leaks, along with gathering many other public data points from open sources. To collect public information about any company or website, you can use a basic theHarvester command. theHarvester d-target domain be Google. This command searches for publicly available data related to the target domain using Google as the data source. We'll run a quick test on the domain example.com. Use the command theHarvester d-example.com be all. This will collect data from all available sources at once, and you can gather a lot of valuable information completely for free. You'll see several API key missing warnings here. If you add the API keys, the extra data sources will also work. But even without API keys, it's completely fine. We can still gather a lot of information. And remember, example.com is a public testing domain. You don't need any permission to run tests on it. Our information gathering results are here. Now let's review the output and see exactly what data we found. We've got our results, and here's what we found. ASN detected 5. Interesting URLs, 11. LinkedIn users, none found. IP addresses, 29. Emails, 53. People information not found. Hosts discovered, 1010. If you add API keys, you'll get even more detailed information. Many of these search engines provide free-tier API keys, so you can easily add them and use them for testing. Alright, now let's take a look at Subfinder and Sublist3r. Both of the tools we're using here are designed to find subdomains. You'll need root permission to use Subfinder. Without root access, the tool won't run properly, so make sure you're in a root shell before using it. To use it, just type the command Subfinder d your target URL. This will start scanning and pull in all the subdomains it can find. Here you can see, it found a lot of subdomains. That means the tool is showing all the small websites connected to the main domain. Sublist3r doesn't come pre-installed in Kali Linux, so we need to install it manually. Command sudo apt install sublist3ry. The installation process will start now. If you see some errors here, don't worry. This happens because Kali Linux is running a very new version of Python, and Sublist3r hasn't been updated for a long time. Some parts of its code, called escape sequences, worked fine in older Python versions, but in the new Python, they show up as invalid or deprecated. Type the command sublist3r d-target URL. This will start scanning and show all the subdomains it finds. Amass is a large and powerful framework, and it comes with many subcommands. For a basic scan you can use amass enum d your target URL. For a basic passive scan, just type amass enum d target URL. This mode doesn't send any packets to the target server. It only collects information from public sources on the internet, like search engines and archives. It's great for getting an initial idea, and it works very fast. Recon-ng is a complete OSINT framework. You can use it for social profiling, domain research, DNS data, IP mapping, everything in one place. It's a full web reconnaissance framework used by ethical hackers, penetration testers, and OSINT analysts to gather deep, automated information about a target. It works kind of like Metasploit, but instead of exploitation, It's built specifically for OSINT and Reconnaissance. Recon-ng automatically collects all publicly available information about a target, subdomains, emails, network data, DNS records, IP addresses, social info, and maps everything in one organized dashboard. ParamSpider is an OSINT and web application parameter discovery tool. It helps you find hidden parameters, endpoints, and query strings inside a website. It's mainly used before testing for vulnerabilities like XSS, Open Redirect, SQL Injection, LFI, and SSRF, because parameter enumeration is the first step in all of these attacks. ParamSpider doesn't come pre-installed in Kali Linux, so you'll need to install it manually from GitHub. It won't install directly, because Kali Linux uses Python 3.12 and PEP 668, system-wide pip installations are blocked. There are 3 ways to bypass this, but only one of them is safe, and that's the method we're going to use. First, install pips by typing sudo apt install pipsy. Next, type the command pips ensure path. I already have this set up on my system. Now install ParamSpider using pips. Just type pips install git plus GitHub link. With this method, ParamSpider gets installed inside its own separate virtual environment, so it won't break Kali's system Python. And this way, it installs directly, no need to install any requirement files manually. To find parameters, just type ParamSpider d target URL. This scans all the URLs and extracts parameters that might be vulnerable to web application attacks like SQL, XSS, SSRF, and more. This process will take a little time to complete, so just wait while ParamSpider finishes the scan. All the URLs it found are saved inside the results directory. You'll see a file named example.com.txt based on your target, and that file contains all the extracted URLs. ParamSpider collects all URLs from the domain, extracts the parameters, identifies sensitive parameters like ID, user, admin, token, and more. For network scanning and enumeration, 2 of the most popular tools are Nmap and Masscan. Nmap is used for network mapping, security auditing, and host discovery. It's one of the most popular tools in the cybersecurity world. Just run the command with an IP or URL, and Nmap will start scanning and show you the results. For service detection, just run map sv target URL or IP. This will show you exactly which services are running on the target, like Apache, MySQL, SSH, and many more. For an aggressive scan, use map a target URL or IP. The aggressive scan, A, gives you almost a full information collection in one go. It gathers everything at once, so you don't need to run multiple manual scans. You get a comprehensive report in a single command. Masscan is a high-speed network port scanner. It's mainly used to scan very large IP ranges, or even the entire internet, in a very short amount of time. The main job of Masscan is to quickly find which ports are open on an IP or server. It's thousands of times faster than Map, but it comes with fewer features. Masscan is not pre-installed in Kali Linux, so you'll need to install it manually. Just run this command sudo apt install Masscan. Once the installation is done, you're ready to start high-speed port scanning. To find open ports, use this command sudo masscan pport target IP/24. This will quickly scan the target IP range and show which ports are open. It helps you check whether HTTP or HTTPS ports are open. Masscan is widely used in bug bounty and reconnaissance. Web application enumeration and discovery focuses on finding hidden files, directories, and performing fuzzing on web applications. For this, we use tools like FFUF, Dirsearch, and Wfuzz. FFUF, or Fast Web Fuzzing, is used to brute force hidden directories. You can run it like this: FFU target URL /fuzzw/usr/share/wordlist/derb/common.txt. FFUF can also search for directories with extensions like .php, .html, or .bawk. You can filter out 404 responses and increase the speed by raising the number of threads. FFUF is great for finding hidden directories, discovering backup files, fast web enumeration. Dirsearch is a Python-based tool used to find hidden files and directories on a website. Basically, it helps you discover folders and files that are not visible to normal users. For installation, use the recommended option. This way, you'll get the latest version. Just copy and paste the command. After that, go into the directory and install the requirements file. Sometimes you may see errors in virtual machines, especially in VirtualBox. So use this command. pip3 install our requirements.txt break system packages. This helps avoid permission errors. In Kali Linux 2023 and newer versions, this step is often required. To run Dirsearch, use this command. Python 3 dirsearch.py https://example.com. Dirsearch is an essential tool for finding hidden parts of a web application, especially useful in penetration testing and ethical hacking. Wfuzz is a powerful web fuzzing tool. It's used to find hidden inputs, parameters, files, directories, headers, and cookies in a web application. Dirsearch looks for directories, but Wfuzz looks for the inside doors of a web application. Let's do a simple Wfuzz test on example.com. This is just a hidden directory test. Run the command. fuzzcz file /usr/share/wordlist/derb/common.txthc404 target URL. What should you expect? HTTP status codes. Response sizes. Differences between responses. You won't find any real vulnerabilities here. This is just for learning. Example.com is a legal demo domain, so it's perfect for practice. Vulnerability scanning, auto-scan. Nuclei template-based vulnerability scanner. Before installing Nuclei, you need to install Golang first. To install Golang, run this command. sudo apt install Golang y. If Golang is not installed, you won't be able to install Nuclei. After installing Golang, you can install Nuclei from GitHub. Just copy and paste the command from GitHub, or type it manually. The installation will take a little time, so be patient while Nuclei sets up. After the installation is complete, add the install path by running export path equals $path, $go env go path /bin. To see how Nuclei works, just type nuclei h. This will show you all the available options and usage details. Here's a real example. Nuclei u target URL. This will check for all known issues using existing templates. It will take some time to finish, so be patient and let it run. You can also run scans by specific severity, like low, medium, high, or critical. If any vulnerability exists, it will be shown. If nothing is found, it will display 0 results. There are many other powerful methods to find vulnerabilities with it. Nikto is a web server vulnerability scanner. It's used to find server misconfigurations, outdated software, and dangerous files. To run a basic Nikto scan, use this command. Nikto h target URL. Using Nikto, you can find dangerous and hidden files, detect web server misconfigurations, identify old or vulnerable server software, check for missing security headers, detect sensitive information leaks. Nikto does not exploit anything, it only detects vulnerabilities, exploitation, and attack tools. Metasploit framework is a powerful penetration testing platform. It's mainly used to exploit vulnerabilities in systems or applications. This tool comes with many pre-built testing modules that help you understand how vulnerabilities behave. With Metasploit, you can use different test payloads to see how a system responds. If the testing is successful, you can also perform post-testing analysis, like viewing system information or observing access behavior. Overall, Metasploit is mainly used for ethical hacking, penetration testing training, and security research. SQLMap is an automatic SQL injection testing tool. It's used to check whether a website's database input points are secure. With SQLMap, you can test if user input is properly filtered and if interactions with the database are safe. This tool is mainly used for security testing, ethical hacking training, and vulnerability assessment. Hydra is a login security testing tool. It's mainly used to test how strong a server or application's authentication system is. This demonstration is performed on a legal, vulnerable website for learning and defensive security testing only. With Hydra, you can check for weak passwords, default credentials, or authentication misconfigurations. Security teams use it to test whether brute force protection is working properly. This tool should only be used in training labs, test servers, or systems where you have explicit permission. Active Directory and Internal Network Test Tools. BloodHound is an Active Directory (AD) security analysis tool. It analyzes users, computers, groups, and permission relationships inside a Windows domain. Install command sudo apt install BloodHound Y. You should never test this on a real company's Active Directory. Always make sure you have proper permission. The purpose of using BloodHound is to identify risks and improve defenses. After installation, you need to start Neo4j. This step is required. Just run sudo neo4j console. BloodHound is a defensive security analysis tool that helps detect misconfigurations in Active Directory. This demo is performed only in a lab or permission-based environment. BloodHound commands need to be run while the Neo4j console is running. BloodHound does not auto-run because it uses a separate database. So first, start Neo4j, and then run BloodHound. Security teams use it to identify privilege escalation risks and strengthen Active Directory security. Impacket is a Python-based network protocol library and toolkit. It's mainly used to test and analyze how different network protocols work in Windows and Active Directory environments. For installing Impacket, they recommend using pips, and here's why. Installing with pips doesn't break the system Python. Each tool runs in a clean, isolated environment. This is considered best practice on Kali and Linux systems. In this demo, I'm testing authentication behavior on my own Windows lab machine using Impacket tools. For example, to test RPC and system information, I'm running rpcdump.py at 192.168.0.102. This helps check whether RPC services are exposed. These commands are used only to test authentication behavior in a personal Windows lab environment. Privilege escalation. LinPEAS is a Linux privilege escalation auditing script. It automatically finds misconfigurations, weak permissions, and insecure settings on a Linux system. You can download the LinPEAS script in two ways. One option is to download the linpeas.sh file directly from the GitHub releases section. The other option is to download it using the terminal. Here, I'm showing you the easiest method, so even beginners can understand it easily. Once the script is downloaded, go to that directory and give it execute permission using chmod +x linpeas.sh. To run linpeas, just use this command /linpeas.sh. Security testers and system administrators use this tool to understand one key question. Can a low-privileged user gain higher access because of misconfigurations? LinPEAS does not exploit anything, it only identifies risks. It's an auditing tool that helps detect security misconfigurations on a Linux system. This demo is performed only in a lab or permission-based environment. When you run /linpeas.sh, it performs a full security audit of the Linux system. The script analyzes basic system information, user permissions, sudo rules, running services, cron jobs, and environment variables to check for misconfigurations or weak settings. It also checks SUID and SGID files, writable system files, sensitive configuration files, and installed software versions to identify possible privilege escalation risks. LinPEAS does not run any exploits, and does not make changes to the system. It works in a read-only mode and only highlights risks, so security testers and system administrators can see which areas need hardening. That's why LinPEAS is mainly used in labs, training environments, and defensive security assessments. Man-in-the-middle attack, sniffing and spoofing. Bettercap is a powerful network security assessment framework used to analyze and monitor communication between devices on a local network for security testing and defensive analysis. Install command sudo apt install Bettercap y. Bettercap allows you to discover devices on a network, inspect traffic, analyze protocol behavior, and identify security misconfigurations. Security researchers and defensive teams use it to check for weaknesses in ARP, DNS, HTTP, HTTPS, and Wi-Fi communications. It does not automatically exploit or damage systems. Bettercap is designed for visibility, monitoring, and security testing in controlled lab or authorized environments. Web security and proxy tools. OWASP ZAP is a web application security testing tool. It mainly works by sitting between the browser and the web application to analyze HTTP and HTTPS requests and responses. Install command sudo apt install zapproxy y. ZAP can be used for both manual and automatic web penetration testing, making it useful for beginners as well as security professionals. After installation, just type zapproxy in the terminal, and OWASP ZAP will start automatically. OWASP ZAP can detect common web application security issues such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, XSS, insecure security headers, and authentication misconfigurations. Security learners, testers, and developers use ZAP to understand an application's security posture and generate reports for fixing vulnerabilities. ZAP does not break or exploit systems. It is used only for security assessment and vulnerability identification, especially on lab environments or permission-approved websites. All demonstrations in this video are performed in a virtual lab or permission-based environment. I am using these tools only for educational purposes, learning, and defensive security testing. These tools are very powerful and can do much more than what is shown here. In this video, I have only demonstrated the basic usage to help you understand how they work. Never use these tools on systems or networks without explicit permission, as that is illegal and unethical. Always practice responsible and legal ethical hacking. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know which tool you want to see explained in more detail next. Thanks for watching.